right, Jason says I'm live and Batar is directing like an orchestra director. I'm live in the war zone. I'm Wayne Allyn Root. Welcome to the show. I've got one of my best buddies and one of my favorite guests of all time as well, Kip Herriage, who's also a regular with Charles Payne on Fox Business. Kip Herriage is an economic expert. I call him my economic guru. He is the CEO of Vertical Research Advisory, which has a website, VRAinsider.com. You automatically get 2 weeks free at VRAinsider.com. The only place in the world to find it is if you're a Wayne Root fan, because he doesn't advertise it or promote it anywhere else. So only Wayne Root fans get to go to VRAinsider.com and get 2 weeks free, and you decide for yourself. And I always say, go for 2 weeks free, and you'll decide to pay and stay for life. Because I've never seen a newsletter with this kind of positive results. Incredible results, crystal ball results. So let's welcome Kip Herriage on the show, first of all. Kip, there he is. Hey, buddy, what's going on?
Hey, Wayne, how are you?
Good. So today's a good example. I'll give you a little personal example of Kip's talent. So I've got a really good portfolio, all designed by Kip, and the stock market was way down today. And by the way, I have a lot of crypto, a lot of Bitcoin, and Bitcoin was way down today. Mm-hmm. And I looked up at my account, and I was up today. I said, they're both way down, and I'm up today because Kip gave me a couple of gold mining stocks that went up so high today, and a crypto stock called Galaxy went up so high today, and a nuclear stock, SMR, that went up so high today that even though everything else in my portfolio went down, even though the whole stock market went down, and even though the whole NASDAQ went down, and even though the whole crypto went down, my account was up for the day. So I don't know how you do it, but you're good, man. And almost every day I check in, I'm up every day, and I'm up for the year. Somewhere it says in my account I'm up by like, I don't know, 47, 48%, and you're up for the year 41.8%. And that is not even close to what I'm really up, because I own a ton of physical gold, and all of that is up dramatically. So I think I'm up like 80% for the year when you add my physical gold to my stock account. It's been stunning. All of it recommended by you. Thank you.
Thanks, Wayne. Great to see you again. Always appreciate you having me on. Yeah, it's been a good run. Look, I've done this 40 plus years now, and I'm the luckiest guy in the world. I get to work with both of my sons. My youngest son, Sam, just joined us here at the VRA. And so it's truly a family business. And we do what we love here. You know, I spent 15 years on Wall Street, helped take 7 companies public, raised several $100 million. I learned on Wall Street how not to do things. That's really, I learned more of my secrets about how to do things by not doing what they do. Because Wall Street is not structured and set up to make investors money. It's just not. That's the dirty secret of their business. But, you know, again, I've made every mistake in the book. I tell everybody this. I've made every mistake in the book at least once, most of them 2 or 3 times. But I'll learn from those. And now I reached the stage in my career. Again, we've had the VRA now for since 2003, 22 years. As you say, we beat the market in 19 to 22 years. And look, we're trend followers, so we don't have to tell the market what to do. We don't have to guess what the market's going to do. We follow the trends. If you listen to the market, it's telling you what it wants to do. It tells you what sectors you should be in. It tells you what stocks you should be in. And that's the research we do here at the VRA investing system. But, you know, you mentioned gold. Look, my dad was a gold bug. I'm a gold bug. Both our boys are gold bugs. My wife's a gold bug. Recommended gold at $350.
You made me a gold bug. You made me one.
Gold bug. That's right. Early on, I remember those conversations. Anyway, you know, this year has been exceptional. Again, we recommended at $350. Now it's over almost $4,400 tonight.
Right.
And this year,
up $118 today.
Yeah, today it's getting century marks every day just about now. And that's going to continue. Gold is up 65% this year. Wayne, if you remember, at the beginning of the year, you had me on the show, and I told everybody the one sector you had to own for this year, our top sector for this year, was the gold miners. Yes. GDX, the gold miner ETF, is up 150% for the year. We said it'd be up 100%. It's already up 50% more than that. And the key here for everybody to understand is we invest our money, and we tell you what to do with your money based on what we do with our money. We're not a brokerage firm. We don't have those conflicts of interest. We tell you exactly what we're invested in with our own money, our family office. And again, I think that what we're going to see with gold, just to finish that thought, is this move's just beginning. I know a lot of people are antsy about it because this had such a big run. Folks, if you keep a beach ball underwater for a long time, it's eventually going to pop up above the water. The longer you hold it down, the more forceful the move is going to be. And that's what's happening here. Gold's been manipulated, and I know this market about as well as anybody in the country, I have to say. Gold's been manipulated low for a long time. We think it's going to go a lot higher. Our target's $15,000 on gold. That's a long-term target. And we think the gold miners, that's where, as you've seen, we have one gold miner up over 500% this year, another's up 180%. And again, this bull market is just starting.
How long do you think it will take for gold to go from now 4,350 or so? Actually, I think it's 4,325 to be exact. To go from there to 5,000, I think it'll probably happen the way it's going now this year, right? Before this year's over.
Yes.
And then how long will it take to get to 15,000? Is that like a 2-year, a 5-year, a 10-year? How long is that going to take?
That's the question everybody asks us. And gold is now trading like Bitcoin did for a number of years. And we think that's what's happened. Gold now has honest, true price discovery taking place. All those years of manipulation lower, that's over. In 2000, J.P. Morgan had to pay a $920 federal settlement because they were found guilty of manipulating gold and silver lower for over a decade. And that was in 2000. Gold bottomed that year. We don't think that's an accident. Gold bottomed at 1,400. Again, it's now well over 4,000. And we think the manipulation's over. We think true price discovery is taking place. I think this move could be pretty quick as far as 15,000. I think that's a target for about a decade from now.
And what about crypto, in specific Bitcoin? That's the only crypto you really believe in is Bitcoin. And
we actually recommended a new one today.
You did, but that's not
probably
one
haven't had a chance to read it yet.
No, I read it. You can't buy it in an ETF. You can only buy it at Coinbase or companies like that. So I'm opening a Coinbase account in the next couple of days. I didn't react today because I've had no time, but I'm going to transfer some money into Coinbase by Monday, and I'm going to buy it. But Bitcoin's your baby and has been for a long time, and it's not reacting well. I mean, with gold skyrocketing, Bitcoin should certainly be going up a lot and maybe a little, but it's going down a lot the last week or so, maybe the last 10 days. What's happening, you think, with Bitcoin?
We think it's in a technical trading pattern. This has kind of been our view for some time. Between 98,000 and 125,000, that's been the range it's been in. We think it's shaking out the weekends here, and that is what's happening. We saw that happen today. We're aggressively long Bitcoin. We still think there's a chance Bitcoin can hit 200,000 by year end. But when it moves quickly.
Oh, wow. You still think you go to 200,000 by year end?
Absolutely.
Wow. I'm glad I haven't sold any of it. That's good. Hey, I got to ask you something. I've never watched you on Charles Payne's show on Fox Business. What does he say about you? Because you got to be the most accurate human being that's ever been on his show. And all the other people who come on his show are always wrong. Jim Cramer's always wrong on CNBC. These guys are used to hearing predictions that are always wrong. What the heck does Charles Payne think about you?
That's a great question. Charles and I go back about a decade. He reminds me so much of you. Again, I'm the luckiest guy in the world. I'm interviewed by two great Americans, and that's what Charles Payne is as well. He's red, white, and blue all the way through. Big Trump fan, of course. And basically, he has me on every couple of weeks. He's always very complimentary. And he talks about things that we're recommending that specific day from our newsletter that morning. We're not day traders. We're position builders. We build stakes and as you know, hold them long term. But typically, he likes to talk about what we believe in, and it's always fun going on his show.
I'm kind of cheap. I don't want to pay regular taxes ever. So even when you tell me to sell, I usually hold because I don't want to pay anything but capital gains taxes. So I want to keep everything you're telling me about for a long, long time. If you tell me to sell, I may not sell, Kip.
It depends on what it is. We're not, as you know, we're not day traders or anything, and we do tend to hold our positions long term. We also have an options trading program that we do, but that's it's for people that like to use options. But as far as our equity portfolio, we are long term investors. The money is made in the waiting, and I learned that a long time ago. It certainly worked for us in gold and silver, and now it's really paying big dividends. And again, we think the same thing's going to happen in the stock market. We think this is a generational bull market. We have the Trump economic miracle, combination of tax cuts, deregulation, and tariffs. America just ran a $185 billion surplus last month. That didn't happen in a very long time. It's because of Trump's tariff policy. They're working. So it's Trump economic miracle. It's the innovation revolution, technological advancements taking place at a level we've never seen before. We think the next 2 decades are going to be stunningly fun to be a part of, and also highly profitable for investors and for the economy. And the final thing is we have an ocean of liquidity. There's more money out there that exists both in the U.S. and globally than ever before, and that's backed up by all the data that proves that. We think the combination of that is going to result in a bull market that takes us well into the 2030s. We could not be more bullish than we are now.
Did you see the comments of the CEO of Walmart today about Trump's tariffs?
I didn't.
Okay, so they were great. They were for once very complimentary, and he said that we are now trying to get as many products as we can that are made by American manufacturers on our shelves because of Trump's policies. And he said it's working. Trump wanted us to pick up American products, and we're now selling American products. So Trump is a freaking genius, I got to tell you.
Yes. Absolutely. A manufacturing boom is coming back to this country. We have a little bit of a transition period, but if you think this market's done well this year, wait till you see what's going to happen next year. We think 2026 is going to be 30 to 50% gains next year in the S&P 500 and NASDAQ. And so you really want to go, we're in the best quarter of the year. Next year is going to be an astonishingly good year, we think. It's a great time to be an investor.
All right, I'm hearing in my ear, we got to go. VRAinsider.com is where you get Kip's advice. Trust me, my entire portfolio is built on his picks, and it's up by over 41%. But then he tells me to buy physical gold, and that's up over 50% for the year. So I'm up close to 80 to 100% for the year. VRAinsider.com. 2 free weeks because you're a Wayne Root fan. VRAinsider.com. Thanks, Kip.
Thank you, Wayne.